Hey, I'm Bill Frater, Freight Train Boogie. We're doing a live video interview. We are in Nashville at the Americana Music Conference at the Sheraton Hotel. I'm here with the great Tara Nevins, and please,
hello.
we're sharing this little mic, and this is about as high tech as we get.
That's sweet. It's kind of cute.
It is
Kind of
nice.
a cute little mic.
It actually seems to have pretty good.
Yeah, it's petite.
It's petite. Petite is good. You're here, as I am, for the Americana Conference. You have a wonderful new album, Wood and Stone. Really one of my favorite albums of the year, and it still holds up.
Thank you.
One of the
That's
best.
So sweet. Thank you.
Gosh, you know, it's going to be right up there. Produced by Larry Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
Did a great job. How did that come about with Larry?
I was thinking about producers and talking with my ideas, talking with my friend Jim Lauderdale actually and Jim had the idea, he thought Larry Campbell would be a perfect fit. I thought I'd record in Nashville because I had been hanging out, I was living in Alabama at the time. Anyway, and I'm from New York State, near Woodstock, New York, and he said, Larry Campbell, it's in your backyard and he's fabulous, and so he made the call for me. He called Larry. And I sent Larry my music, and he was interested in the project. And in Larry's words, it was kind of a labor of love. And we just kind of connected. And I recorded up at Levon Helm's studio. And I actually made the record in my backyard, turned out. It was like an hour and 20 minutes from where I live.
Oh, isn't that fun?
Yeah.
It seems like a perfect match. There's a little. It's not as clean cut and polished as regular country. It's a little sloppy. It's a little behind the beat and beautiful.
Yeah, that was Larry, he was going for that. All just sort of about something really natural sounding, sort of very honest and very just kind of there. He didn't want it to sound like maybe a lot of other things sound like. Just sort of
Well, you seem to bring that Louisiana flavor even to your Donna The Buffalo songs. It seems like, yet you're from
New York State.
New York.
Yeah, Yankee.
Where does that come from?
I played old-time fiddle for years, and, when you're playing traditional music like that, you tend to come across and learn about other traditional musics, and so I, learned about, made a trip down to Louisiana, and had been hearing Cajun and Zydeco, and then finally made a trip to Louisiana.
Is there an artist or an album maybe that made you decide I want to do this for a living, and this is...
Not so much for a living, but when I first heard the Will the Circle Be Unbroken album, that really, I was playing in the school orchestra at the time, and that just turned my head towards fiddle music, and I used to just sit with that record and try to play that, and then Old and in the Way record, and then I even bought a Mel Bay fiddle book, and it just went from there. But then when I went to college, I discovered the Highwood String Band, and all these old string bands, and so it was, I would say, I guess Will the Circle Be Unbroken was, turned my head.
And so you've decided to do solo albums separately. What made you decide to do that?
Well, I did one 10 years ago on Sugar Hill, Mule to Ride. It was really fiddle, I wanted to make a fiddle record, and so I did that, and then I was always supposed to do another one, and time just has gone by, and now it's 10 years later, and I'm finally doing one. But I think it's a really healthy thing. Sort of step out of your normal box and just kind of paint the picture you want to paint.
So, a good segue. So what keeps you going?
Keeps me going?
What keeps you going? What keeps you inspired? When you drive 6 hours to.
That is really a good question. Just my love of playing music, which is kind of the smallest part of what we actually are doing on the road. The smallest portion is when you're playing the music,
Yeah.
But it's very rewarding. And probably my vegan diet helps me keep going. I don't know. I have a lot of passion for it, I guess, or stamina, and I can't imagine what else I'd be doing.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for supporting my record and playing it. Really appreciate it. It means a lot.
The pleasure's mine. Good music lasts above all. I'm Bill Frater with the Freight Train Boogie. We're going to bring in Rose, I think, to play a song with you, and I will lamely try to mic you both out of camera with this, and we'll see what happens.